हेलो एवरीबॉडी, दिस इज नसीर अहमद महबूब एंड आप सबको वेदांतिक यूट्यूब चैनल पे एक बार फिर स्वागत है।
In today's video, we're diving into a complete guide on CCTV camera installation and configuration, from start to finish. Whether you're setting up your first surveillance system or looking to refine your skills, this video will walk you through every step you need to know. We'll cover everything from choosing the right equipment, mounting the cameras, configuring the settings, and even tips on how to maintain your system to keep it running smoothly. Stick around to the end for some pro tips that can help you optimize your CCTV system for maximum security. Let's get started.
This is 5 megabit camera and this has 3 smart features. The one is supporting SMD feature. As you can see, that supporting SMD feature or smart motion detection. The second one is supporting 265 compression method, and the last one is supporting perimeter protection. Now we are unpacking. Let's see what's inside it. This is used for protecting the joint cable cam to the camera. I will not explain what is this. You will understand this. This is a brief user manual. You can see, and it will give you brief detail how to install this camera on the wall. This is used for installing the camera on the wall, and this has the screw sections. And also this is used for tightening the camera. Wow, this is our camera, and this is 5 megabit IP camera. This has 2 ports. One is used for Ethernet and another is for the power cable. This is our Dahua switch used for connecting all IP cameras through this switch. This is gigabit switch and it's quite good for the supporting high bandwidth. This has 8 port that supporting around 6 camera, and one of these port is used to connect with the NVR system. This accessory is used for connecting the camera on the wall and will give us the space to put the adapter or some connection cable on this accessories. So let's unbox this. This has accessories or ports. As you can see that we have a camera and we are putting all this extra cable inside this and installing this camera on this, and then we are installing on the wall. As a security camera installer, it's very important that you have to have a good knowledge of site assessment, because site assessment will help us to learn about, first, which location of the building is most vulnerable that we need to install a security camera. Second, how many devices like indoor camera, outdoor camera, NVR, all those we need. Third, project cost. Fourth, project duration. And fifth, we have to submit a final complete report. During assessing of the building for installing security camera, we have to consider the following section in location to be covered. First, inside of the building, like number of floors, halls, stairs, server room, or sometimes finance sections. Second, outside of the building, like we have border with our neighbors, car parking, user registration area, main gates, and we have border with main road. If we would like to install security camera for the compound, so we need to consider sub-building as well. Keep in mind that this section could be identified by the security person who is working with the organization. After we have completed our building assessment, so we have to assess the building for CCTV camera network infrastructure, because it will help us to identify the cost and project reliability. First, we have to identify, do we need IP-based security camera or analog-based security camera, because in IP-based security camera we have good features if we compare to the analog. First, we have high resolution camera in IP base. Also, we have good manageability and expandability features, like if we add or install some cameras in another building, so we can connect all those cameras with a switch and only one cable from that switch come to the main switch. Also, we have smart feature or AI features in IP based cameras like SMD or smart motion detections, like the camera are recording based on when object is moving from. Or also we have SMD plus or smart motion detection plus. It will identify the human and vehicle object as well separately. Second, we have to identify how many cameras do we require, number of indoor camera, outdoor camera, and PTZ cameras. Third, we have to identify how many output do we require from this security or NVR system. Sometimes we require output or TV for security room, but sometimes we require second output or TV for the guard room. So we have to identify this number of output. Thereafter, we have to identify the number of NVR or DVR do we require for this project. Sometimes if we have a lots of camera, like around 40 or 50, so we need to purchase 2 NVR with the required number of port. But in 2 cases, if we have less amount of camera, like pretend we have 24 camera, but in this case also recommended that we have 2 NVR. The first scenario, if we would like to show only outdoor camera for the guard room, not all of them. So we need to install 2 NVR and connect outdoor camera in one NVR and indoor camera in another NVR. So we can move one output from the outdoor NVR to the guard. The second scenario, it's better if we have 2 NVR and connecting outdoor camera with one NVR and indoor camera with another NVR. In case if one of the NVR fail, so we will have 50% of the coverage of the building. Also, we have to identify the number of required tools like HDMI hub, HDMI extender, PoE extender, number of PoE switches, safety boxes, cables, connector, all these things. Finally, we have to design a network diagram for this project. I just designed a network diagram for a building, like it has one main building and 3 sub-buildings. As you can see, is building sub-building 1 and sub-building 2 and sub-building 3. Each of these sub-building has 3 cameras, and all these camera connected with a switch, and that switch connected with a main switch. But keep in mind that if sub-building switch should be fast Ethernet or gigabit Ethernet switch, so there's no problem, but main switch should be a gigabit Ethernet. And secondly, keep in mind that sub-building switch should be PoE, and if main switch come all cameras to the main building, if it's not PoE, so it's not important, because when we connecting camera to the switch, that switch should be PoE switch. Either we have to install a power supply beside the camera. In this video series, I would like to introduce you the type of security camera and its advanced features. We have different type of security camera, and we need to know which type do we require for our business, project, or home. The first type of security camera is indoor versus outdoor camera. We know that indoor camera are going to be installed inside of the building, and outdoor camera are used to install outside of the building. Keep in mind that outdoor camera a bit resist against rain, dust, and physical damage. The second type of security camera is IP versus analog-based security camera. Analog-based security camera are used to connect with the DVR or digital video recorder via coaxial cable. IP-based security camera are used to connect with NVR system via Ethernet cable. Keep in mind that NVR or IP-based security camera has many good features if we compare to the analog-based camera. Third type of security camera is wired versus wireless security camera. Wired camera can be connected via wired and wireless camera can be connected through the wireless signal. We have the following pros and cons between the wired and wireless security camera. If we come to the pros or advantage of the wired camera, it will be no interference by nearby devices. And also it has a stable data transmission. And it's ideal for multi-angle protection and good for large home or businesses. And if we come to the pros of wireless camera, it's easy and quick to install, more flexible and more portable. Then we come to the cons or disadvantage of the wired camera. It's more challenging to install, need drilling and holes for running the cable. Also, it's less portable. The disadvantage of wireless camera is that it could be interfered by nearby devices, and maybe we can lose the signal or communication with the camera. And it also has been hacked or can be hijacked very easily. And also it's more expensive if we compare to the wired camera. Fourth type of security camera is fixed versus PTZ camera. Fixed camera are those cameras that we are installing somewhere. It doesn't have the ability to move from one location to another location. But the PTZ camera has the ability to move from right to left and left to right and top to down. And also in some area we are zooming out and zooming in. Itself, PTZ stands for pan, tiled, and zoom, means moving, has the ability to move from top to down, left to right in zoom feature. The fifth type of security camera is a standalone camera. These cameras are used inside home for monitoring and watching our pets in PB. These type of camera are using a SD card or memory card inside it and record all the footage inside that memory card. This type of camera doesn't require any NVR or DVR. And when it's required its footage, so we will extract its memory and put inside a memory reader and watch its footage. The sixth type of security camera is MD or motion detection camera. These cameras are only recording when some object is moving in front of the camera. Otherwise, it's not recording, only surveillancing and watching. Another features that nowadays come is MD Plus or Motion Detection Plus. This feature is differentiating between the human and vehicles. Keep in mind that all of the camera doesn't have the feature of MD and they are recording 24 hours by a day. The best feature of MD that it will help us to reduce the amount of storage usage inside NVR or DVR system. The seventh type of security camera is 360-degree security camera. These cameras are covering a maximum range of area if we compare to the other security cameras. The eighth type of security camera is covert camera. These type of security camera used to record hiddenly like a spy. Normally this camera could be used by agent or government. This type of camera is the same as a standalone camera, but with a very micro or minimum size that no one can see it easily. Now it's important that we should know about the security camera features. The first feature of security camera is that it has night vision. Night vision will help us that we have good footage during the night. Second feature of the security camera is line crossing feature. This feature is used when we are installing the camera inside the stock or main gate. If someone is crossing that line, it will start alarm or turning on the light. The third feature of security camera is face detection. This is also used inside main gate or stock if some unknown person enter into the stock, so it's also giving us alert in mobile or turning on the alarms. The fourth feature of security camera is automated network recovery. Some of the camera has the features that we can install a memory or SD card inside that. It will help us if sometime NVR or system fails, So that camera is start recording on that memory. And when the system return back or recover, so it will send all the footage and record to the NVR system. The fifth feature of security camera is two-way communication. We can use standalone camera inside our home and we can communicate via our mobile with our BBs that are located inside home. The sixth and last feature of security camera is easy deinstallation or integration feature. This is common feature when we would like to purchase a new camera from another brand, so we need to show that this camera has the ability to integrate with our system or not. In this video series, I would like to create cable for both IP-based camera and analog-based camera, as well as its camera installation. We have 4 IP camera for installation. In the first step, we should identify the camera location that should cover the maximum area. Also use the camera installation print sheet that will help us to drill the camera location properly. Add the doubles and install the camera. And we should do the same process for installing all 4 cameras. see that this IP camera has two ports. One is for network and one is for power. And you can see this another IP camera has many ports, a bit smarter, like for network port. This is used for alarm, and this to use for audio in and audio out, means it has the ability like speaker. And also this is used for the power. This power is used when we don't have a PV switch, so in that case we use this power to give the power for the camera. And these are the map used for this camera. We can easily remove these and install it on the ceiling or where we are installing this camera. As you can see, it has right here the screw section. Just we are screwing this and using this double and push it right here. And after it's completed, then we will do this, open this camera. This is open, you can see. After we have opened it, then we adjust it with the holes that we drilled right here like this. And after we fix it, then we can also adjust this camera a bit top to down. Like we can adjust like this. And after we have adjusted, so we can push that cover back to its proper location. Then we tighten it. We are installing stand for camera that's a bit far from the wall or ceiling. Sometimes there are some things that not let the camera to cover the full area, so in that case we are using this type of stands. It will help us to move the camera in any degree. So we have to install Here we have both DVR, this is NVR and this is DVR. This is analog based camera recorder and this is network based recorder. Here you can see that this port is totally different, used for BNC connector. Here this DVR is supporting around 8 channels. You can see this is for USB port and this is out for TV. This is HDMI out and also this is VG out. These two ports are used for audio or speaker in and out. In this port you can see that we can connect this DVR with the network. And this port is used for gear, or if sometimes we have a PTZ camera, so we can connect that device right here. And this is the power cable. Another is this is the NVR. It has, instead of this connector, you can see that it has Ethernet port, and also it has another Ethernet port that this port can connect with the network. But with this Ethernet port we can connect the cameras. As you can see, like we are bringing the cable of the camera, you can see, and we are connecting right here. But with this port we are connecting this DVR with the network. This has two output, like one is VGA and one is HDMI. As previous, it's for mic or speaker out or in, and this is also USB port. We need two cable, one is data cable and one is power cable. We are using the data cable right here in the power cable. Now we are installing the hard drive inside NVR. Now we are connecting the power cable, then we are connecting the data cable. In this video series, I would like to configure Dahua NVR. The first step, we are selecting the region. I'm selecting Afghanistan. And the second is we are selecting DVS configuration language. We are selecting English. And the third one is video standard is PAL or NTSC. We are selecting the NTSC. Here I can check or confirming the device license. Click next. Here we can identify the time zone. Click next. The important section for securing our devices need to enter a quite strong password. So I'm entering a strong password. Admin at 123. Click next. The third step is used for resetting our password if we forgot the pattern or password, so it can help us that we should enter the email address. It will send a link inside our email. We can change it over there. Also, the second option is that we should use some answering some question, like we can enter a name that we should remember, CCN, like CCN1, or we can CCN2, or also we can also CCN3. You can enter any name, but keep in mind that you should enter a name that you will not forget it. Just I'm deselecting the email section and will just use the answering section. Click OK. In this section, if I check this option as it is, it will automatically update when it's connecting with internet. Click next. To identify in the network, so we need to enter a proper name, also the device number, so it's our first NVR. Also here we can select the logout time. I can select in 2 minutes if it's not used, so it have to be logged out. So just click next. Here we can select the time zone or edit the time zone in date format. You can see there here we have many options for date format. And also we can use the date separator by colon, dash or dot. And also here we have to identify the time by 24 hour or 12 hour. I'm selecting 12 hour. So if it's selecting the NTP, it will update its time from the Windows time server or NTP server. Here we have to edit and just click do we have a DHCP server in our network infrastructure or would like to add static IP address. Just check for DHCP or uncheck it for the static IP address. Here you can see we can assign both IP version 4 and IP version 6. And make sure you are entering the proper IP address that is not used by other device in your network. After you enter it, just test it. If it's available IP, so you can see IP is available. If it's not, you will see the red error. Click OK. And here you can also edit the DNS server. So automatically it's configure the Google default DNS server. Just click next. This section I will configure later on, but this section is used for onlining our device. Just deselect this option, click next. And the device configuration is finished. Later on I will show you we can add the camera in connecting with the NVR system. In the recording section we have 4 options: regular, MD or motion detection, alarm and IVS. In the regular section, the camera are recording 24 hours by a day. And if we would like to stop recording for some times, so we can just deselect the area, and for this selection it will not record. And the second option is motion detection. Motion detection is, as I said in my previous video, the camera is recording when some object is moving in front of the camera. Alarm section is recording when some alarm is happening. If some object is entering into stock and that object or human is not authorized to enter into the stock, so it will start alarm. We will have a detailed video in configuring the alarms. If we would like to select the duration for the alarm system, so just we can select and drag the line in the section we would like to have the record. Also the IVS section will help us, that I will have a complete video in this as well. When we are drawing a line in some area, if any human or object is crossing that line, so it will start alarming or also will send you alert message into your mobile. So if we select this section, so we have to identify the time that it will record that situation if some IVS occur. Here we can see that pre-record 4 seconds, like if we check the IVS or alarm or MD, so it will record 4 or 5 or 10 seconds before that action till the end, that alarm going to be stopped. After we have configured, so we will apply to all camera. We can select one by one, camera 2, camera 3 and camera 4, but also we can apply to all, like we have configured this option and we can select all and just click apply. In this video, I would like to show you how to add or register IP camera into Dahua India. For adding the IP camera inside Dahua India, right click on the main screen, click on main menu, come to the camera section, and here you will see the already registered camera. As you can see that one camera has been connected with the port 3. Newly camera will show right here. For adding this camera, we are checking this and click on initialize section. In this process, if we would like to use the same password for the camera as used for NVR, then we should check this option and click next. Otherwise, if we would like to add a new password for this camera, then we can come here and adding new password for this camera. Also, this email address is used for resetting the IP camera. In this section, as you can see that the camera has received a static IP address. We can change the camera IP address from 65 to something like 68, or also make sure that the default gateway should be in the same range as its IP address. And if you would like to receive IP address from the DHCP, then we can click on DHCP option. Keep in mind that the Dahua NVR has its own switch that all IP camera are receiving IP address from that switch. Now it's in initialization process. Now you can see that the camera 67 has been added successfully. For watching its picture, you need to go on live. You can see that the camera has been successfully added. In the image section, as you can see that the picture is rotated and also has many configuration for the brightness, contrast, saturation and sharpness. As you can see that here the picture is completely from top to down. Now we are rotating the picture from the flip section. We are rotating to 180 degree. Now you can see the picture has been rotated. Now if we would like to change the picture from right to left or left to right, then you should click on. You can see that the picture has been moved. This section is used when we are installing the camera on the ceiling, so we need to adjust its picture right from here. The BLC option has many modes. You can see the BLC, WDR and HLC. This section is used when we are installing the camera in front of the door and the strong light or sunlight will not let us to have a proper picture. As you can see the image that the human is entering the door and it's totally black. For fixing this camera to that area, so we need to configure this BLC mode. As you can also see, if we would like to have the picture in black and white, so we can change it to black and white, or also if we would like to change it to color, it will change to color both during the night and during the day. But it's also recommended that we should check the auto option. In the overlay section, as you can see, the date is showing on the top right, and the camera name is showing in the left down section. But if you would like to change it, come to the overlay option and we can move it from top to down or in every area that we would like to have it. But if we would like to change the camera name, come to the cam name and you can easily enter a new name for the camera. Outdoor Cam 1, click on apply. When we are going to the overlay, you can see that the camera name has been changed. Or also if we would like to see on live, thereafter if we would like to play back the videos, so it will help us to understand which camera we require to play back or see the footage. In this video, I would like to show you how to reset the Dahua IP camera as well as how to reset the Dahua NVR. Now we would like to reset IP camera password. Now you can see I connected one camera with the NVR showing the invalid username or password. So if we go to the main menu in camera section, if I click the edit option, I have entered device information but it's not connecting. Now we would like to formatting the camera itself for reconnecting with the Dahua NVR. Now we would like to reset the IP camera. It has the reset function as well as we can add a memory right here. Then we have to open this. Here you can see its reset button. For resetting the camera, we can push this reset button
from 3 to 10 seconds.
This is another type of IP camera. We are resetting this camera as well. Right here we have the reset button.
We can push this reset button from 3 to 10 seconds.
After we click the reset button option, so it will automatically starting the camera itself. Click on device search option. Keep in mind that this step will take some while because we just reset the camera, and after it's restarting and connecting with NVR, so it needs some times. Now you can see the camera has been appeared. Keep in mind, if we didn't initialize the camera, it will do automatically initialize, but we can also check right here and start initializing the camera. Right here we have a reset button, so we will push this reset button and just connecting the power cable till we will receive the beep sound. Now you can release it. Now we will check it. The password should be removed. In this video series, I would like to introduce you the different types of hard disk drive, as well as will show you how we can install the hard disk drive inside NVR or DVR system.
Storage devices are those devices that are used for storing data inside it. And we have different type of storage device that are used for a computer system. The first storage type is volatile versus non-volatile storage. Volatile storage are those storage that when we are storing data, it's not keeping permanently, and we will lose the data when we are restarting the system. But non-volatile storage are those storage that when we are recording the data inside it, it will keep the data permanently, even if the system is restarted. Volatile storage like RAM and non-volatile storage like hard disk drives. The first type of hard disk is internal versus external drive. External drive are used outside of the computer inside a cover for external usage, and internal hard disk are those that are used inside of computer in storing data inside computer. Second type of hard disk is HDD versus SSD, or called hard disk drive or solid state drive. SSD drive or solid state drive is faster, smaller, and store data inside chip or memory, but it's very expensive if we compare it to HDD. HDD or hard disk drive is slower, bigger in size, but it's inexpensive if we compare to the SSD, but it stores data inside magnet drive. Another type of hard disk is surveillance hard drive versus PC drive. Generally, we know that PC drive are those drives that we are using them for a computer, desktop, laptop, but surveillance hard drive is used for the NVR, DVR system that is storing the stream or videos inside it. If we compare the surveillance hard drive with the PC hard drive, first, the surveillance hard drive is supporting very high workload because it's running 24 hours by a day, 7 days by a week, and 365 days by a year. Second, it's producing less head. Also, it's storing some around 180 till 550 terabyte storage per year. And the PC drive is used some around 55 terabyte storage per year. Surveillance hard drive is a bit expensive if we compare to the PC drive, but keep in mind that it's highly recommended that we should use surveillance hard drive for the NVR or DVR systems. The PC drive is multi-purpose storage, like we are storing multiple type of data or using at the same time Word, Excel, listening to the music, also operating system itself storing the data inside that storage. But the surveillance hard drive is only dedicated for storing the streams on NVR system.
Now we are installing the surveillance Seagate. We need two cables. One is power cable and one is data cable. Now we are connecting the power cable, also the data cable. The hard disk installed successfully. After we install the hard disk inside NVR, automatically it will not recognize and DVR or NVR will start beeping, and that beep will let us know that the hard disk is not yet connected with the NVR, or the NVR will not record till we will format the hard disk. In the next step, we will do format the hard disk, and after the format is completed, the NVR will start recording. Connected the hard drive inside our NVR, check the hard disk detect or not. If it's detect, so it will come right here. You can just select the hard drive and come to format. After you format the hard drive, then the NVR or DVR will start recording onto hard disk. In this video series, I would like to show you the difference between mainstream and substream, as well as storage configuration for the Dahua NVR. Now we would like to configure the storage section for Dahua NVR. In the basic, what happens if the hard disk is going to full. If we select this option, when the hard disk is full from record, it will stop record and will not record thereafter, but overwrite will start overwriting from the end. The pack mode will give us every clip that is recording in the NVR or DVR. It will take 60 minutes. If we change to the file length, then it will create each file for around 1024 megabytes. We can change it right here, every clip that we would like to increase or decrease its size. Auto delete old file, it will not delete old file, but if we customize it, like we will delete old file for 5 days ago, so it will delete all the record for 5 days ago. In the recording section, we have recording for mainstream and also substream, as well as the snapshot section. We have two types of recording in the NVR or DVR system. Mainstream are used with high quality, high resolution that is accessed via TV, and the substream is used with a low quality and low frame rate that is used for accessing the NVR via the mobile or laptop remotely. So it's not require too much bandwidth. As you can see that the mainstream currently recording. Now I have connected two camera with port 1 and port 3, and just click apply and go to the live. You can see this option is green. Now it's recording both camera. If you cannot see this option or the green camera option, so you should understand that the camera is not recording. If we off it and click apply, you can see that the green camera is off. Now the camera is surveillancing but not recording. The same we can configure for the substream, as well as enabling or disabling the snap. What is the difference between auto and manual? The auto will recording the camera based on the schedule we have created right here. If we select the manual, the camera will record only 24 hours. So for having both stream record, we have to select or we have to click on both auto and also for the snapshot. Click on apply. Now, if you go to the live option, you can see that the green camera is alive. And the NVR has a very good solution that it will help us to identify hard disk error. We have two types of scan or detecting problem. One is key area detect and one is global detect. Key area detect is used for detecting a minor problem on the hard disk, and it will take less time. But global detect, it will deeply scan the hard disk and identify the most and very minor problem that exists inside the hard disk, and it will prepare you the report right here. If we can click on key area and just select the hard disk and start detect, here the message is HDD detection may result in record file loss. Are you sure to continue now? So we need to show if we have record. So before we should scan the hard disk for any error, so we need to show there is no data on the hard. You can see it's take less time. There is no problem in the hard disk. And if you go to the report, you can see that the report has been generated. Also, if we click on deep scan, so we have to come and check the hard disk and take start deep scan. In this video series, I would like to show you if we would like to have the record for 1 month, so how many storage do we require for our NVR or DVR system.
Thank you so much for watching this video.
Why storage calculation is important for CCTV security camera? First, we have to know for how many days we need to have record or footage for security camera. Second, the security person who is responsible for the security camera will tell you that I need a record or footage for 30 days. So that's why we need to have a storage calculation. For the storage calculation, we have two solutions. The first solution, if we have NVR system, inside NVR we have a storage calculation. Here you come to the record estimation section, come to here for selecting the hard drive, check the hard drive, and you can see that we have 320 GB hard drive. It will record for the 5 days for these two cameras with this bit rate, this resolution, and this frame rate. The second solution, if we don't have the NVR, so we have online for calculating the storage, and it will identify how much storage do we require for the security camera. In here we have to understand the relation between resolution and bitrate. Also here we have two compression method, H.264 and 265. If we have a camera for around 1 megapixel, this bitrate is required. Also, if we have 1.3 megapixel camera, so this bitrate is required for that camera. You can see if we have 3 megapixel camera, so some around 4000 bitrate is required. These are the bitrate that we need to select for this type of camera, and this table will help us during we are purchasing the camera, and we know that the megabit of that camera because we have to select the exact bitrate for that camera. If we are selecting like 2000 kilobit per second, it means that we have some around 1 megapixel or 1.3 megapixel camera. So we have some around 4 camera. I just calculate them for 15 days. After we collect the calculate, it will say that I need 1.23 terabytes storage for this camera. If we increase the number of days and then calculate again, so it will increase the storage size. Also the recording time, we can say that we can identify the bitrate. If I am selecting 4000 kilobit per second, we come to the table 4000 kilobit per second. If we select, so it means our camera is from 2 to 3 megapixel camera, and I am selecting the number of camera right here. In here I can identify the number of terabyte storage that I have. I'm checking I have 2 terabyte storage. When I'm click on calculate, so it can says that I will have a record for 11 days and 0.9 hours. The third solution here in website is disk array. If we have a storage, in that storage we are configuring the RAID configuration. For example, if I have 8 HDDs or 16 HDD, we can select right here. Also we have to identify, do we need to configure RAID 1, RAID 5 or RAID 6. I'm just configuring RAID 5. Also the disk capacity, like I have 8 hard disk, each hard disk size is 1 terabyte. So when I'm calculating, I will have total available storage of 5.4 terabyte storage.
In this video series, I would like to show you how to schedule our NVR or DVR system to record for a specific duration, and do not record for unwanted duration like weekends and holidays. For scheduling camera record, we come to the main menu, storage section. As you can see in the schedule section, we have many options. In the first section, we have a regular. Regular means that the camera are recording 24 hours by days, 7 days by week, and 365 days by a year. Here we also have motion detection will tell the camera to record when some object is moving. Alarm when we are activating the alarm, so if some rules that we identified for the camera and that alarm is start, so the camera will start recording. Otherwise, it's not recording. IVS is also used when we are drawing the line for some object. As you can see the picture, when some object is crossing that line, so it will start IVS. Thereafter, we will have that record for that section. Now, you can see here, we can see the time from 1 o'clock till 24. In the left side you can see the days. If we would like to deselect to do not record for the specific days, here we are deselecting. First make sure that the regular is checked, then you can come to here and just deselecting the days. Now the camera will not record on Friday. For activating the motion detection, we come to check the motion detection or MD. We can select to do the record for motion detection for these 2 days. Now we are deselecting or unchecking the link option. For activating the alarms only on Fridays, I have implemented on Fridays. Also, if we would like to IVS on Fridays both, so just we are checking these 2 options on Fridays. Where we can add the holidays, you can come to the system. In the general you can see holidays. You can add holidays from here, specific holidays name, like I have already added Eats and this date, and it's for 1 day. So if you would like to edit, you just click and edit this date. So I have added 1 Eat day. On that day we will tell the camera do record or just stop record. We come again to the storage in scheduling. Now you can see the holidays. Now the camera will not record for the holidays till we identify. Now for implementing this configuration or on other camera, just click on copy, check this option and just click OK. And if you would like to implement on all, just click on all in. Now if you come to the camera 2, camera 3 and camera 4, all these settings has been implemented. For applying this setting, just click on.
In this video, I will configure the bit rates, frame rates and compression method, and will understand the benefits of them for security camera. As you can see, we have 2 sections, mainstream and substream. In the mainstream, we are recording videos with high quality, but in the substream, we are recording videos with low quality. The mainstream videos can be accessed via TV, HDMI cable or VGA cable, but the substream footage can be accessed via internet on our laptop or mobile phone. This camera is recording for the general, but we can also specify that it should record for the motion detection or alarm section. And below that section you can see the compression method. This compression will decrease the size of video but not damaging the video quality. Latest compression method is used H.265 version. Below that resolution, it can identify the picture quality, or it's also the picture height or weight. You can see that this camera is 5 megapixel and supporting some around 2592 by 1944. So we can decrease the resolution of this camera. It means that we are decreasing from 5 megapixel to 4 megapixel or 3 or 2 megapixel, but maximize up to 5 megapixel picture. Below that we have frame rate or frame rate per second. Frame rate is that we are taking pictures per second. Like currently we define that 20 pictures per second. The higher the frame rate, the good video quality we have. Decreasing the frame will decrease the size of video, but it will also decreasing the quality of the video. Standard frame rate is recommended 30 frame rate per second, but if we are using some around 20-25, it will be good, but less than 15 frame rate, it will totally damage the video quality. Now we come to the bit rate. This is defined the bandwidth that the camera will send its footage to the NVR. Normally, if we can decrease this bit rate, so it will affect the picture pixel.
but if we increase the bitrate, it will not affect the picture quality. So we have to identify the proper bitrate for each camera. At the top you can see that we have smart codec. When we are disabling the smart codec, so here we have the CBR, and when we are activating the smart codec, so it will come the VBR. The CBR stands for constant bitrate and the VBR stands for variable bitrate. This bitrate type will help us if we select the CBR or constant bitrate, so we have identifying that exact bandwidth that here we have selected like 20 by 48. So this bitrate will be used for this camera and it will not increase or decrease. But sometimes we require that the camera need more bitrate, sometimes it need less bitrate. For that condition we are selecting the VBR, and VBR is variable and it's increase and decrease bandwidth usage when it's required. And the quality is that we have identifying the higher number the best quality. If we select higher number, so we will have good quality of picture. Mostly we are watching our security camera footage on TV. But today I would like to show you how to watch your security camera footage on your smartphone even if you are far from your security camera.
Accessing Dahua NVR remotely or online. First, we have to connect our Dahua NVR with the network that is connected with the internet, then click on login. First, we have to check its IP configuration, come to the network setting and go to TCP IP section. Here we can see that the NVR has received 192.168.1.112 IP address, and thereafter we should come to the P2P connection. Here we can install an application on mobile and we can scan this barcode in the mobile, then we will be able to access this NVR online or remotely. After our NVR connected with the network, just come to the phone and we need to install this IDM SS Plus. Open this application, click on device and come to the top right and click in this plus sign. You will see the option to SN scan for scanning the device. After it's scanned, click next, click on NVR, enter the device name or its IP address. Here we enter the device username and password. After you enter the password, just click on save. Now we will be able to access all the camera online or remotely.
We have different methods for accessing our network video recorder. In this video, I will show you 3 methods for how to access your security system. The first method for accessing Dahua NVR or DVR is connecting NVR with the TV via HDMI cable or VGA cable. The second method for accessing Dahua NVR is connecting NVR with the network and access it via browser. After we connect the NVR with the network, come to the NVR system, go to the network configuration, and here you will see TCP IP configuration. You should make sure that you have received an IP address from the DHCP server, otherwise click on edit. In here you can change the option either to static IP address or a DHCP option.
After we check the TCP IP configuration in TVR or NVR, we open the browser and type that IP address of NVR. Here we need to enter its username and password. Just click on login. Here you can see that the view of accessing Dahua NVR in the browser is different than we are accessing Dahua NVR via TV or monitors. For configuration of Dahua NVR, just click on this icon and you will see all the configuration parts right here.
Third method for accessing Dahua NVR is installing Smart PSS application and access Dahua NVR through that application.
Here it's require admin password when we are running this application. I will check auto login after registration. Click next. Here we will enter or answer some security question. When we forget the password, we will use this question to reset the password. Here we can add the device. I'm entering its IP address, port number, username. click on add. You can see this device has been connected. The benefit of this application, we can manage several NVR from this one application. For accessing its live or camera, click on plus icon, click on live, expand the list and just double click the camera. Just click on second camera, both of the camera has been connected. For other device configuration, we come to configuration section, click on device CFG or configuration. Here you can see a list of configuration. If we have several NVR, then we should select one of them. You can see one is activated with this IP address, this model and other description. For adding or registering camera, we can check on camera section and camera configuration. We can adjust all its configuration from here. For its network or IP configuration, we come to the network settings, storage or also the system configuration.
If we have different user in security camera and we would like to divide the rule, one person to only monitor the security camera and one person to have some system configuration, so we can create different user with different permission inside Dahua NVR.
User permissions are crucial in a Dahua NVR network video recorder for several reasons. 1. Security. User permissions help ensure that only authorized individuals have access to the NVR and its functionalities. By assigning specific permissions to users, the risk of unauthorized access or misuse of the NVR system is reduced. 2. Data protection. User permissions allow administrators to control who can view live camera feeds, access recorded footage, and make changes to system settings. This helps protect sensitive video data from unauthorized access or tampering. 3. Operational control. User permissions allow for better operational control of the NVR system. Different users may have different roles and responsibilities, and user permissions ensure that each user can only perform tasks relevant to their role. 4. Accountability. By assigning unique user accounts and permissions, administrators can track and audit user activities within the NVR. In summary, user permissions are essential in a Dahua NVR to safeguard the system, protect video data, comply with regulations, maintain operational control, and ensure accountability for user actions.
Now we have understand the benefits of having different user with different permission inside Dahua NVR. So let's create a user with different roles. Come to the management icon. Came to account section. Here you can see that we have two sections, one is user and one is group. Before we create a user, we are creating a group. Click on the group tab. Here we have two groups, one is admin and one is user, but we are creating another group with different roles and permission. Click on add group. We are creating a master group. In the master group, we are assigning everything, as well as in the playback, also in the monitoring. It means that this group is administrator group and it has all the permission. Now we are creating another group who is only will be able to have access for the system maintenance. The user who is in the maintenance group will only be able to work on account, manual control, network management, system management, but not be able to play back the footage or see the live camera. Another group will be able to only see the playback. I'm creating this user as a playback. Just come to here and click here. All users in playback will be able to see the recorded footage. The last group is if we would like to create for only monitoring the camera. So here we come to the monitor section. This user will be able to only see the live camera. So all our group has been created. Now we would like to create a user account. Come to the user section, click on add user. I'm creating user by the name of Ahmad. Password is confirm password. In here we can select which group we would like to assign them. If it's admin, so we would like to either default admin group, or we create the master, or we would like to assign them maintenance, playback, or monitoring. Currently I will assign them in master group. Here we can specify the user MAC address from which computer he would like to access this NVR. We can add its MAC address, then from other computer he will not be able to access this system. As you can see, if I select the master group, everything has been selected. If I click another like maintenance, you can see that he is only doing a maintenance, but we cannot change this. If I check the playback, you can see only he can have the playback permission. So currently I will assign a master and just click OK. So the user has been created with a master role.
Thank you so much for watching this video.
In this video, I would like to show you 5 advantages of collecting your security camera backup and 5 solutions for collecting your backup inside.
1. Data protection. CCTV security camera backup ensures that video footage captured by surveillance cameras is protected from loss due to hardware failure, theft, or damage. 2. Redundancy. By creating backups of CCTV security camera data, you establish redundancy, which is crucial in case the primary storage device fails. This redundancy helps to ensure that critical video evidence is preserved. 3. Disaster recovery. In the event of a natural disaster, fire, or any other catastrophic event, having CCTV security camera backups ensures that video evidence is not lost, aiding in recovery and investigation efforts. 4. Remote access and sharing. Backing up CCTV security camera data to the cloud or a remote server allows for easy access and sharing of footage with law enforcement, insurance companies, or other stakeholders. 5. Long-term storage. CCTV security camera backups provide a means to store video footage for extended periods, especially for archival purposes or for future reference. Overall, NVR backups are essential for ensuring the security, integrity, and accessibility of video surveillance data, making them a critical component of any surveillance system. 1. Using NVR or DVR for collecting CCTV camera backup. The NVR or DVR itself used for collecting all connected camera record backup inside attached hard disk drive. 2. Using USB drive. We can also collecting security camera backup inside external USB drive that might be flash drive or hard disk drive. This provides a portable and easily transferable copy of the footage. 3. Using FTP server. Some security camera systems support the option to back up recordings to an FTP server. This provides a secure and remote storage solution for footage. 4. Network-attached storage. NAS can be used to store security camera recordings on a local network. This provides a centralized and easily accessible storage solution for footage. 5. Cloud storage. Many security camera systems offer the option to automatically back up recordings to a cloud storage service. This provides a secure and convenient way to access and store footage.
For collecting our security footage backup, we have 2 methods. The first method is offsite backup, and the second method is onsite backup. With an offsite backup, we are collecting our security footage remotely on our computer or mobile phone. But with onsite backup, we should be near with the security system and connecting a USB or external hard drive with the system and collecting its backup. We have 3 types of onsite backup. The first type is normal backup, the second is one key backup, and the third is clip backup. Let's practice them one by one. Before we should extract NVR or DVR record, we need to show that each camera has a proper name. I have 2 attached camera, one is outdoor cam 1 and another is indoor cam 1, because it will help you during record extraction. For a normal backup, we should click on main screen, click on search. This NVR is supporting 4 channel, but I have two connected camera. You can see that I have record from 2nd, 3rd, 4th and 5th and 6th of the January 2024. The dot below the date, it means that I have record for this date. The rest of date doesn't have a dot. It means that I don't have record for these days. And here you can see that M is extracting record for mainstream. If you click on it, it will convert to S or a substream. Just I'm collecting D1 camera and collecting on 5th of January. When you go to the file list, it will list all recorded during the 5th of January. I'm just selecting one or two clip for extracting this to record and click on save. I have already connected 60 GB USB drive, and here I have combined video. If I check this option, it will combine both of this clip in one clip during extraction. Just click on backup. In here you will see that how many free space do you have, in which location do you want to extract the record inside the USB drive. I'm just selecting its default and click on stop. Backup or extraction is completed inside a USB drive. Now the second method for extracting video is clip extraction. You can come to the search option. For extracting a specific record or for the specific camera, just deselect all the camera. Deselect all the camera. Select only the camera you would like to have a clip. Click the green area and zoom it. Click on 733 and click on the key option or clip cut, and just select on the second area you would like to cut the clip. I'm selecting 751 or 754. Click on video clip again. Now the clip is ready. Click on save for extracting the clip video from the NVR. Click on backup for extract or backup the record inside the USB drive. One key backup we can extract for a specific duration. Click on main menu, come to the backup. As you can see that I have connected a USB. It will show right here. If you would like to format, click on format and you can browse for a specific folder inside a USB drive. Here I can select which camera do I require its footage. I'm just require all or D1 or D2. The type of record I would like to extract, I'm selecting all, or if I would like to extract this general or motion detection, I can select it right from here, but I'm selecting all. From which duration, if I would like to extract for a specific date on specific for a specific time, I can search it right here. In which file format do I like to have? I would like to have MP4 because my player is playing MP4 file. Click on search and you can see that my DVR or NVR has extracted one record. For before extracting, you can play the record, and after you watch that, okay, this is the exact clip I would like, you can click either on backup or one key backup. Clicking on backup will give us the chance to select either which clip do we like to download or extract from the NVR. Also in the next step, it will give us the chance to select the location. But when we are clicking on one key backup, it will automatically download on the selected USB drive and it will not give us the chance of selecting clip. Sometimes we do not require a record for a specific camera or duration. Sometimes we do not require a record for specific session or duration, and sometimes we need to change some tiny settings inside the system for reduced storage usage inside the Dahua NVR. So let's reduce and minimize storage usage with following changes.
Here are several strategies to help minimize storage usage. 1. Adjust video quality and resolution. Lowering the video quality and resolution of the cameras can significantly reduce the amount of storage space required. Also, we can reduce camera resolution for some location that is not too much vulnerable, like halls, stairs and yards. However, it's important to find the right balance between video quality and storage savings, because too much decreasing resolution will affect the video quality and will not be able to properly access the footage when it's required. 2. Adjust frame rates. Lower the frame rate of video will significantly impacting both the quality of the footage and storage requirement. As you can see that we have different footage with different frame rates, and the normal frame rate is between 20 to 25. Definitely increasing FPS will increase video quality, but required more storage. 3. Use video compression. Utilize video compression technologies such as H.264, H.265, or other advanced codecs to reduce the size of video files without losing too much quality. 4. Configure motion detection. Set up motion detection on the cameras to trigger recording only when motion is detected. This can significantly reduce the amount of footage that needs to be stored, especially in areas with minimal activity. By activating motion detection or smart motion detection, we can tell the camera to only record when you see some object moment, otherwise just watch and do not record. 5. Schedule recording. Schedule recording based on specific times of the day or days of the week when surveillance is most critical. For example, recording may be scheduled to be active during business hours and inactive during off-peak times. And we can also exclude some days of the holidays like Eids, New Year and weekends to do not record the session. Or we can also activating scheduling for some of the camera that is not required to have its footage 24-hour by a day. 6. Set up retention policies. Establish policies for how long video footage should be retained before being automatically deleted to free up storage space. We can also delete old footages for having extra spaces to have real-time records. That is the most important.
We know that our security camera are recording inside NVR or DVR system because our system has internal hard disk drive. So in case nowadays the theft are also smart, when they come and thefting things, they also thefting or damaging the NVR or DVR system. So in this case, what we should do to secure our footage of security camera if the theft or thefting the camera or damaging our security system. So how we should protect this issue?
We are taking our NVR or CCTV camera footage backup inside that FTP server. If our NVR fail, so we will have its backup inside FTP server. Overall, FTP is used for NVR system because it provides a secure, reliable and efficient method for storing, transferring and accessing video footage captured by the NVR. So now let's configure the FTP server for the Dahua NVR to collect its backup. We have many types of FTP server, but for the practical purpose, I have just configured the Serve U management console that is developed by WinSolar system, and this is its configuration. I have configured it previously. I will have detailed explain video in next video series. Here is the FTP server IP address. I just take this IP address and go to the NVR configuration page, came to the management icon, came to the storage server. Here you can see the FTP configuration page. In here we have two options. One is FTP or file transfer protocol and another is SFTP or secure file transfer protocol. This one is highly recommended for transferring file in a secure way, but for the practical purpose I'm just selecting the FTP one. First we have to enable this option. Here I have to enter the FTP IP address, port number 21 for FTP. If we would like to select SFTP, so we need to change from 21 to 22. Username that we have created inside FTP server, its password. Also we can identify its root path, and below here is the file size. Currently I'm letting it 0. This 0 means that it will send each clip or record in its default size. If you come to the basic, you can see the file length is 1024 megabit. We can change this file, or if we can change it to the file time, it means it will send each clip that is in 10 minutes, but I let them in default 1024 megabit or around 1 gigabit. So here if I change to 1024 megabit, or I can change it, but the 0 is default what is configured in the basic, it will send each clip as a default. below that we are backing up all the channels, or if you would like to send a specific channels, then we will select that channel and we will record all the days. In the period we will configure for the triggers or SMD or smart motion detection as well as a regular, so we have to check this period. In the below section we are sending the image upload interval. It will send each image for this camera in 10 seconds. So this is the configuration. After we have configured, we just click OK and just test it if the FTP server is working or not. You can see that now our NVR system is connected with the FTP server. Let's see the share folder that it's have record or not. I just created the FTP server right here. You can see that record is already started, and if you would like to run some footage or image, you can see already the image is came to the share folder. So thereafter we will be able to have our backup of NVR footage inside our FTP server.
Sometimes it's required that we should understand that who has restarted or shut down our security camera, as well as it's also required that how much load currently is on our NVR and how many hard disk is attached. So in this video I would like to show you overall our NVR operation. For checking overall Dahua NVR operation, click on main menu. You can see that here is the operation specific tab. In the first option we have logs. All system logs are storing right here. For searching specific logs or for specific time, you can search like system log, and for this date just click on search. You can see that the system has been rebooted in this time, or also the system has been shut down in this time. Or also we can back up specific logs, like I search this log and I back up it in the USB drive. I have already connected one USB drive. Just click on OK. In the second tab we have information. We have information overall about Dahua India. This is Dahua model, how many channel it support, hardware version, all its detail. In the HDD tab you can see that I have one connected hard disk. It's about 1.81 terabyte and its 1.69 terabyte is full. About BPS or bitrate per second, you can see in here, you can see the bitrate of the camera or the camera data sending to the NVR. So this is the bandwidth it's used for this resolution. As you can see, I have two connected camera with same resolution, but one of them is using high bitrate and another is using less bitrate. Come to the camera section. In the camera section, click on encoding. In this section, you can see that smart codec is not activated for my first channel, but it's activating for my second channel, and therefore for second channel the smart codec will compress the data, so it will use less bitrate. Also you can see the VBR or variable bitrate is also activated. When I came to the first channel, it's not activated, but as well as CBR or constant bitrate is I'm activating smart codec on this camera as well, and click on. Now we come to the operation section, network section. You can see that the bitrate will decrease for both channel. Now you can see that the bitrate for both channel has been decreased. In the third tab we can have information overall on the network. In the first tab, if we have some online users, so it will give us its detail right here, its IP address, login detail. In the loading section, you can see that it will show how much load do we have currently in the network. This is send, the green bar, as you can see, it's send option, or the red is showing the receive option. Currently, as you can see, we don't have too much load over the network, so it will not showing us. In the test section, we can test connectivity with our storage or other servers. The last tab is system maintenance. In the system maintenance, it will give us when the system should be rebooted. It's now never, but we can select the specific day of the week, and we can change to reboot the system every like Sunday in this time. So on this time the system will automatically reboot, but this is not necessary for the system physical security. In the IMP, it's give us information which USB drive has been connected and which data do we have inside the USB drive. So we can use this USB drive to format or for collecting NVR backup in the USB drive, also for footage as well as for system logs. In the upgrade section, we are upgrading upgrading its firmware if it's not upgraded. So just connect this NVR with the internet and just come to here and check for manual backup or manual check, then we can upgrade the system right here. So this was overall Dahua NVR operation. AI stands for Artificial Intelligence. Artificial Intelligence means that the computer acts like a human, or the computer is taking decision based on the data they are receiving from the network. Nowadays, security camera provider has inbuilt AI feature inside the security camera. This AI feature will help us to increase more security inside the security system. So let's discuss 7 advanced AI features for security camera. The first feature of AI in the security camera is face recognition. The face recognition will help us to identify a human that is not authorized enter the boundary that we have identified. If there is unauthorized person, so it will automatically generate alert inside that zone. The second AI feature in security camera is intrusion detection. Who is entering into that room, so it will generate an alert or trigger or sending us alert message into the mobile that some unauthorized person is entered into that zone that we have defined and protected. The third feature of AI in security camera is perimeter protection. In the perimeter protection, we are protecting an area or a stock or a house or a building. If someone unauthorized is entering into that area, as well as it's creating or triggering alarm into our mobile or email. The fourth feature of AI in security camera is people counting. Nowadays, we will be able to count the people who is entering into office, organization, park mall. So we are counting the people that how many people is entering into the organization. Sometimes we are using this feature into the stadiums, cricket stadium, football stadiums. It will help us to identify how many people are watching the game or come inside the ground. The fifth feature of AI in security camera is human and vehicle detection. Before in security camera, we had motion detection, but it will not recognize or differentiate between human, vehicle or other object is moving around the camera. But nowadays it will help us to identify the human detection as well as car detection or motor detection in front of the camera. The sixth AI feature is behavior detection. Nowadays in security camera we have the features of detecting human behaviors. Pretend we have a mall and some human is fall down, so the camera will analyze that situation and alarming the situation. Or in case if some two person is fighting to each other, so the camera will be able to detect that something unauthorized case is happening inside the mall, so it will trigger the message to the security person. The seventh and last feature or AI feature in the security camera is AI search. In this AI search, it will help us to extract exact footage that is recorded during the year or during the day or during the time. So it will help us to extract footage for the human, some even occur like human or vehicle movement, so we can search only those footage that is recorded like human behavior or vehicle behavior.
Thank you so much for watching this video, and I hope this video will be informative for you. Please do not forget to like the video and subscribe the channel.